What is going on, everyone? We are back in our Chicago Bears franchise in Madden 17. It is the final week of the preseason. We are going to have to make 10 cuts at the end of this episode. But before we do that, we're going to try and pick up our first win of the preseason at home against the 2-1 Texans. Now, there are some big decisions to be made today. We have a lot of competitions going on at a few different positions, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here as we get into this game at home. We haven't looked great in the preseason. I'll be honest. It has not been a great first 3 weeks, but we're going to try and get the W here today as the rookie Zach Taylor will be leading us. But it's the Texans that are going to get the ball first here. Second and 8, it's Lamar Miller with the carry. He will pick up he picks up 7 on the play. Now 3rd and 1. This is going to be a pass that is going to be attempted by Brock Osweiler, but Freeman comes in with the hit. So now on the punt, it is going to be Cordero Patterson. And this is why we signed this guy, his return ability, as he takes it all the way back across the 50 to the 32. We now have it 1st and 10 from the 13, and here is our new rookie quarterback looking for his first touchdown pass of the preseason. Not going to get it here. That is going to be complete, though. Going to pick up 6 yards for his first pass of the day. Now 3rd and 4. We're going to go with the throw here, and there it is. The touchdown pass. Alshon Jeffrey with the reception, and that is the first of hopefully many touchdowns for the rookie quarterback. Now 1st and 10. It is Osweiler here with a ton of time to throw, but no one's open. Looked like they were sending everybody deep. Hicks is going to take advantage of that with a nice little coverage sack. Now 2nd and 17 as we have DeAndre Hopkins in motion. It's Osweiler looking to throw, and he is going to find Jacob Tamme, the tight end. He'll get the first down. So even though they lose the yards on the sack, they're going to gain them all back there. Now 1st and 10 from the 49. It's Osweiler with the throw across the middle to find DeAndre Hopkins, as it's Osweiler 3 of 5 for 40 yards here in this first quarter. But the first quarter flying by here, just over a minute to go. It's Osweiler on 3rd and 9 looking for the first down, but it is actually going to be complete. Looked like we're going to get some pressure there, but instead he's going to find a wide open DeAndre Hopkins. So now 2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line as the Texans looking to finish the drive off, and they will. DeAndre Hopkins with the touchdown reception, and this is now going to be a 7-7 game. So Dudley coming back here, final seconds of this first quarter. He will be playing the entire first half. I want to get a little bit more used to playing with him, but here he is going to complete a pass to Marquise Wilson for the first down. So we end the first quarter with a first down. Now 1st and 10. It's going to be Dudley out to the right, and here he's going to find Cameron Meredith, and he puts on a dirty little spin move there as he's out to the 40-yard line. Dudley 4 of 5 to start this game. Now 2nd and 10. It's going to be shotgun. Zach Dudley going to make a throw here, and he is going to find Cameron Meredith once again. We try to put on another spin move. That one does not work quite as well, but Dudley now 66 yards passing. 3rd down here. 7 yards is needed. We can get a first down before the end zone, and we are going to try and do it here, but you know what? We're not even going to need it. We'll take the touchdown. Kadeem Carey is in. A rare Carey sighting there as we're going to retake the lead 14-7. Now it's Nick Foles in the game as the backup's in for the Texans, and he's going to be sacked here. Jamison Salisbury, the backup middle linebacker, the rookie, going to come in there for the sack. So now 3rd and 14, Foles stepping up, and he's going to find the first down. It's Luke Stocker on the reception, and the Texans looking to steal some points as they head into halftime here. 15 seconds remaining. It's going to be a pass, another completion, as that's going to get it down to the 35. They call a timeout, final timeout, so out for the long field goal here. It's going to be up, and it is just going to be good. So the Texans will get 3 points as we head into halftime. 14-10 is the score, and we'll see now how the backups will do. Dudley is done for the day. So into the game here is going to be Mike Glennon. He's dropping back for his first pass, and this one's going to be complete. It is going to be to Singletary, the rookie, the undrafted rookie there. Going to catch that one now. 3rd and 12, though, as we're looking to convert here on the 3rd and long. It's going to be Glennon looking, throwing downfield, and he's going to find Alonzo Russell for the first down. And the young guys, these are a couple of the guys fighting for roster spots here with big receptions. Now 2nd and 10. This one, yet another unlucky play for us in this preseason. I don't know how many times, I have lost count, honestly, how many times we have been screwed on unlucky plays like that. Going back to throw, it gets knocked out of his hands. The fumble, the Texans will recover it, and now they are looking to possibly take the lead here on this drive as Nick Foles at the helm. 3rd and inches, though. Can the defense get the stop here as it's play action? Foles looking deep, and that one just out of the reach of the receiver. Texans were going for it all there on 3rd and inches, but we do get the stop, so now we have the ball. It is going to be Kenyon Drake with the carry. He will pick up 6 on his first carry of the game. Now 3rd and 4. It's going to be play action here. Glennon looking deep, and we're throwing, and we're going to find Singletary once again. He's down to the 25. as it's Glennon putting in a pretty good third quarter here. Now into the fourth quarter, 2nd and 13. It's going to be a carry for Drake once again. This time he's going nowhere, loses 2 yards on the play. So that is going to set up a 3rd and 15 here as Glennon looking to convert the long third down. He's going to put it up, and this one nearly caught off of the deflection, but it falls incomplete, so we will tack on a field goal. Makes it another 7-point game here, 17-10, 8 minutes to go. A lot of time left in this one as Nick Foles going to pass here, but he's not going to find anybody, and it's going to be Bullard with the sack, his first sack of the game. That sets up a long 2nd down here, and the Texans going to the halfback screen. It's Alfred Blue with the reception. He needed that block, though. If he would have slowed down just a little bit, he could have got a much bigger gain. Instead, it's 3rd and 3, and now the defense looking for another 3rd down stop. It's going to be Foles looking, throwing, and this one is going to fall incomplete. So a huge play there as we're going to get the ball back. 6 minutes to go. We have it at the 48 here, 2nd and 6. The pass over the middle, but no, it's going to be intercepted. We forced the throw over the middle, and that one going to be one we wish we could have back as now the Texans with the ball. Nick Foles, 1st and 10, going to step up, and he is going to find his receiver downfield. Nice throw there from Foles to Jalen Strong. Now 1st and 10 from the 41. It's going to be Foles looking, throwing. He's going to find Alfred Blue, and he's down to the 26 as the Texans driving, looking to tie this game up. Foles, another throw coming here, but this time he's going to get hit as he throws, and that's going to fall incomplete. So 3rd and 10, they do not convert. They will kick another field goal. So back to a 4-point game. 3 minutes to go. Kadeem Carey in the game, and at this point, we're just trying to ice this game away. 2nd and 8, we're going to throw for it here, and this is going to be Henry, the rookie, and the tackle's going to be missed, and he's going to have all the room he needs to go the distance, and the rookie, undrafted rookie with the touchdown. That is going to be huge for us here as it's now a 10-point game. We did actually miss the extra point, but still a 2-possession game. It's going to be hard for the Texans to come back from this one as a minute 30 to go. Foles trying to drive here, but he is going to be, well, he avoids a sack there. He's just going to throw it, and this one's a bad throw, and it's going to be intercepted. It's Young, the rookie corner, Tavon Young with the interception, and that will put this game to an end. 23-13. We finally get a win in the preseason. And looking at the numbers here, Zach Dudley, 11 of 17 for 115 and 2 touchdowns. Mike Glennon, 6 of 11 for 101. And then I didn't even mention that Stanton was in the game on that last drive. He goes 3 for 3, 66 yards, and the touchdown to Henry. Running game, Jordan Howard, 7 for 29. Drake, 6 for 34. Carey, 5 for 20. Jeremy Langford, 2 for 6. No running back really stood out during this preseason. Receiving, Glenn Henry leads everyone with 4 for 87 and a touchdown. Singletary, 353. Meredith, 2 for 39. Russell, 2 for 27. Really all 4 of those guys fighting for a roster spot, so interesting that they have some of the better performances. On defense, Curtis Drummond leads with 3 tackles, ties with Jones, Cordy, and Salisbury, and Freeman, Tackles for loss is going to be 1 for Acho and Floyd, and then it's going to be sacks coming from Bullard, Salisbury, Hicks, and then half sacks from Acho and Houston, and then the 1 interception coming from Tavon Young, the rookie from Temple. So now it's time. 10 cuts have to be made. Some big decisions happening here, but first we'll take a look at the stats for the preseason. Dudley, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not all 3 of those were our fault. We had some unlucky breaks there. Glennon the same, no touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Kenyon Drake leads all running backs with 21 for 112 and 2 touchdowns. Jordan Howard, 17 for 92 and a touchdown. Langford, 10 for 47, and Carey, 7 for 28. Receiving, Alonzo Russell, 10 for 171. Lyndon Singletary, 7 for 164 and a touchdown. Henry, 9 for 156 and a touchdown. Braverman, 10 for 146 and a touchdown. Meredith, 104, and Patterson, 81. Good to see the young guys doing some work here. Defending, Salisbury, Callahan, and Kwiatkowski with 12 tackles. It's going to be 3 tackles for loss for Kwiatkowski, Freeman, and Medikevich. And then the sacks are going to be 3 for Kwiatkowski, and it's going to be 2 for Salisbury, 1 for Medikevich, Hicks, Bullard, Hall, and then half sacks for Houston and Acho, and then the interception from Salisbury, Hall, and Young. So there are your stats for the preseason. Now it is time to make the big decisions. First up at fullback, we're not going to carry 2 fullbacks. Now I thought about putting Trey Cantu on the practice squad, but for now we're going to cut him. We might bring him back later if we have a spot open on the practice squad. For now, I don't want to use up a spot on a fullback. Next cut is going to come at wide receiver, and here is the battle. It's Russell, Meredith, and Singletary, and I'm going to end up cutting Cameron Meredith mostly because of the attributes. They all had good preseasons. Meredith, 7th, not the best rated guy in terms of the route running. The couple of the key attributes that you see just wasn't good enough. Next up is center, and Hranis Grasu was on IR all of last season, but Riley Spear, an undrafted rookie we picked up, looks better, so I'm going to cut Grasu. Next up is middle linebacker, and the battle is between Kwiatkowski and Medikevich. Liked what Kwiatkowski did a little bit more than Tyler Medikevich, so he is going to be moved to the practice squad as we now start to move some of these guys to the practice squad. Next up is corner. We have DeAndre Hall, Tavon Young, and here I liked what Hall did a couple games ago. Actually, the third game, I think, he had a sack and interception in the game. Tavon Young did have the interception late, but you know what? I'm going to keep Hall on the roster. Young will be moved to the practice squad. Now on to free safety. It's Houston Carson and Deion Bush. And Deion Bush, I actually did not like the way he played in the preseason. I thought about just cutting him, but for now we're going to move him to the practice squad. We maybe will do something different with him later on. At strong safety, Curtis Drummond, just an end result of the numbers here, just not a spot for him on this team as he'll get cut. So a few cuts left here, and I ultimately here at quarterback, I decide not to carry 3 quarterbacks. We can use a quarterback somewhere else, so I'm going to cut Drew Stanton, even though he did end the preseason on a pretty good note. Next at running back, Kadeem Carey kind of lost favor with me last year very early on, and at this point, not really going to hold on to him. Might as well just save the money. He is going to be cut. And then we have one more move to make, I think. In Lyndon Singletary, I ultimately decided we don't need this many wide receivers, so I'm going to move him to the practice squad as well. So here is our practice squad. We ended up having a spot for Trey Cantu. I pick up a tight end, Holloway. Singletary is there. I go back and I put RJ Terry. He was impressive in the preseason. Decide to bring him back. We have a center, Vickers. We have Bush there, Young, Medikevich. I find an outside linebacker, Haywood, and then a pretty good D tackle, Johnson, who I think I might actually move to the roster because he is rated a little bit better than Vincent Valentine, but we'll have to see once we get into week 1. Now, before we end the episode, I have been saying all along in this preseason, I wanted to try and address corner, and this is what our corner situation looks like. We've got Kyle Fuller at the top, Tony Lippett behind him. We traded for him last preseason. He is great. But after that, we really don't have anything. We signed Morris in the offseason, but I'm not really liking what he's been doing. So looking around the league, we got Darqueze Dennard and William Jackson III for the Bengals. They have a lot of corners. The Packers as well, even though they are in the division, they have a lot of corners as well, so maybe they'd be willing to get rid of one. But looking at Darqueze Dennard, his attributes look nice, but then I noticed his development was slow, so I immediately cast him aside. William Jackson III is in normal development. He actually looks not too bad, so we might come back to the Bengals here with that. Then looking at the Packers, Quentin Rollins here. He's the 4th best corner, and look at this. His development is quick, and he has got some pretty good attributes. Now, I know you don't normally trade with teams inter-division, but we might have to try and pry him away from the Packers. Kevin Johnson, another guy here on the Texans, he's got quick development. That is definitely an option. He's got some pretty good numbers. Not quite as good as Rollins, as he's sub 80 on both of his coverage attributes. But just to kind of start things out with a little feeler, I'm going to put an offer out for Quentin Rollins, and the Packers actually accept. And look at how they value Rollins. A 1-star for him, 3 stars for the 3rd rounder. So I guess I overpaid for him, but I'm actually not going to feel too bad because inter-division trades are so rare, especially between the Bears and the Packers, that I'm going to say that because they were offered so much, they were willing to give him up. I was so surprised they accepted that first offer. I just kind of threw that out, just kind of wondered what they would come back and say. But because of this trade, we're going to release Daryl Morris. We signed him in the offseason. I was not impressed with him at all, so he is going to be the final cut we make for this preseason. And now we're into season number 2. Week 1, we start the season out against the Buccaneers. We've got a lot to do before our first game next time. We got to set our season goal. How many wins do we think we're going to get? Hopefully we improve over last year. I think this team might have a shot at the playoffs, but we're going to have to wait and see. We'll take a look at the depth chart. Who are the starters going to be? I might make a couple other minor roster changes before the game as well. I'll show you those, and then we're going to take a look at the schedule. We'll make our prediction, and then we'll get into week 1 against the Buccaneers. It's a new season. I'm excited to get this going. I'm excited about this Bears team. I'm excited about our new quarterback, and hopefully he will lead us to some good things this year. So that is it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.